So, I woke up this morning after only 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I'm sorry if the video and the lighting's not all perfect right now, but we have like a serious situation going on. And it seems like at the current moment, and I'm gonna have to click up here just to do this. I'm sorry for the lack of editing. It seems like right now, Blizzard is actively suing as of the 29th at 4:26 p.m. yesterday. We had some people from our guild, some people in DMs, some people just sending messages, talking with Hammer Dance as well. Hammer actually sent me this as well. We were talking about this, and it seems like Blizzard is actively copywriting, infringing TurtleWoW officially as of 4:26 p.m. yesterday of the 29th. This is not a joke. This is not something I just crafted up. This is a legit suit that is going on. People's names on the TurtleWoW scene are actually getting openly doxxed. These GMs that we only have had, Discord names of, are openly getting doxxed on this document, which is a shame. I'm not trying to, dox anybody. That's not what I'm trying to do. But unfortunately, the suit is here. People can see this publicly, and it is for everybody's consumer's eyes to see at this point. And which is kind of interesting because we're going to go over here to bring you to this portion of the VOD. And what it says right here, which is kind of interesting because I was reading through the document, it says that TurtleWoW has brazenly escalating its effort to cannibalize and disrupt Blizzard's WoW's player community, for example, increasing its social media presence, partnering with video game influencers, and actively promoting a new version of its infringing game. TWoW 2.0, which basically purports to ensure we can offer entertaining, expanding gameplay for everyone long into the future and extend the life of our favorite game by replicating the entirety of the WoW game into the new Unreal Engine 5 video game engine, and using the engine to incorporate new graphical enhancements into the game. In the meantime, TWoW and its player community boast online that they can operate worldwide, including the US, with impunity and violate Blizzard's intellectual property rights without consequence. So guys, this is something that is very, very legit. It's very, very real. And it's something that not only myself is called, because I'm not going to just label, oh, it's only me who has been calling this out. It's only me who has been, advocating that, Blizzard is obviously watching. They are not, not aware of this. And I said this on my Twitter the other day, we're more than likely going to get another 2016 Nostarius situation where Nostarius caved in and they got, shut down by Blizzard. And this is something that I think a lot of players on the private server scene were very, very aware of. And this was not something that was just like, oh, we're just hanging on with time. This is something that can happen at any moment from Blizzard. And I do believe that the private server WoW guys, from what I've heard at least, and, just looking around, they said that they were based in the UK. And some people said they were based in Russia, but I've heard from another person that they said they moved their servers a while back to the UK. But the thing is that since they're in UK's reach, if that's EU, Blizzard has every right to reach their hands in that jurisdiction. They have every right to reach their hands over there. If this was Russian-based and, operated somewhere outside the country where they have no jurisdiction to enter through, then they can't really touch this. It would be very, very hard. They can touch copywriters like the content creators. They can come after us if they wanted to, of course. They can come after any single content creator. As a matter of fact, if they really wanted to, Blizzard can come after every single content creator who makes WoW videos in general if they just didn't like you. This is their intellectual property at the end of the day. Even though, whatever you want to say, Blizzard has changed, it's not the same Blizzard, those are not the type of videos we're making right now. This is like some real shit that's going down. This is legit. This is no hee-hees. This is no hoo-haws. This is no jokes. This is a risk of my channel, many other people's channels, that Blizzard can very well come after due to the fact that they are very serious about this property growing bigger. This is also a very alarming thing too, because this goes to show that TWoW is getting bigger than we all thought. It's getting alarmingly bigger than we all thought. They're more than likely seeing on the backlog of their end of their data that numbers are starting to dip. I've been trying to tell you guys this for the past couple days. I've had comments coming, into my video saying, Tello, you're wrong. They will never attack them. They're untouchable. Nobody's untouchable if it's your own intellectual property and you're making almost $9 billion a year. We were talking about this in chat the other night. Blizzard is having an ROI of close to $9 billion a year. They made $666 million in sales on Diablo alone. They're making money. And when you have power and you have money and you have reach and you have a worldwide influence, you have the power to do whatever the fuck you want. So this is a legit, serious suit that is going on. They are having about 49 to 50 pages of this. I didn't read through the entire complaint. I'm going to read more than likely all this stuff later on when me and Hammer dance, because Hammer, shout out to Hammer, he's the one who hooked up with the information. He's doing a video on this too, you're more than likely going to see. And we're going to talk about this on Tavern Talk around, I think, 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. But I'm just giving you guys awareness right now. I am, for the first time, in shock that Blizzard is actively having communication, but not with the player base this time around, but as a matter of fact, trying to, you know, stop the player base from going any further with this, because it really seems like they are trying to get this taken down severely fast. Here's some very interesting things right here as well. It says Blizzard. Now here's some very interesting thing as well. It says here Blizzard is informed and believes that the base allergist that the defendant AFK Craft is a company registered in Hong Kong that purports to its own and operates the TurtleWoW servers, especially those servers located in Southeast Asia. Blizzard has reason to believe that AFK Craft, like TurtleWoW, is an underfunded fictional shell company that operates as a mere alter ego of the individual defendants and serves to hide identities of the individual defendants while also acting as a conduit for monetary and other transactions related to TurtleWoW. So basically a scapegoat for TurtleWoW to operate their funds through. This is getting deeper than I've ever fucking imagined. This is almost way off my pay grade. I'll tell you right now. This is way off my pay grade. But that's the fire you play with and the risk you take when you're, you know, going in this scene. I'll tell you this much as well. This is actually insane. Who would have known that there was an actual alt middleman style company, some type of shady affair going on in the background, and this is how TurtleWoW is operating their funds through. Now, this is not saying this is set in stone, though. We don't know if all the details are in plain as light. These are claims that Blizzard is making. This has to get proven into a court of law if they were to go through the due process of all of this. At the end of the day, though, they do have the names of the devs that are up. Once again, it is unfortunate people are getting doxxed. I do not want that to happen, but it is here that Blizzard is informed and believes that its own base allergist defendant Yulia Savako, aka Julia Sako, and aka Torta, is an individual residing in Moscow, Russia. Savko is the owner, primary operator, and one of the driving forces behind TurtleWoW. Savko oversees all the operations of TurtleWoW and actively participates in all the conduit alleged herein. They are also going after TurtleWoW's marketing team. They are informed to believe that Allergist, that is named under Josiah Zimmer, aka Alex, is an individual who resides in Augusta, Michigan. Zimmer is the lead of marketing for TWoW and the head of the public relations and the manager of the TWoW online community. In this role, Alex has promoted the TWoW website and exhorted and encouraged members of the public, especially these located in the United States, to download the TWoW client and use it to access TurtleWoW servers. There's also other individuals on this case named Jamie Dipperink. There's also another individual named JP Diprink, which aka Jama. Forgive me if I'm butchering these names. I'm not always perfect at naming names, but he's an individual who resides in Pummerin, Netherlands, and Diprink is one of the developers of TWoW servers, as well as the administrator of TurtleWoW and its online communities in this role. And Diprink creates and maintains, updates, and oversees the operation of TWoW servers and interacts with the users of TWoW, including to encourage and exhort these users to download the TWoW client to use it to connect to their TurtleWoW servers. So there is multiple claims being made from a lot of different countries that TWoW is operating out of, from several other people on this list. The market and the rabbit hole is going deep on this one, from Czech Republic to the Netherlands to EU to Russia. It is all over the place, to Hong Kong. And it really seems like right now, this is more in the scope of shit that we have seen in such a long time. It is giving those vibes of 2016 Osterius. It is giving those vibes of immediate shutdown. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I want to talk about this more later on tonight, where we can have an open discussion, break down the full document. But I think by the end of the day, Blizzard has every right to do what they're doing right now. As much as it sucks, and yes, I know it's a bummer, guys, I'm not here to deny that this is not one fucking cleaving shit steamer. I totally agree with that. But this is Blizzard we're talking about. This is their company. This is a company that's making billions a year. They have the right to go after their intellectual property, even if it's not the same people in the company that we once grew with. That doesn't matter. You have to understand, it's all about the suits. It's all about Activision. It's all about these guys above them. This is their property. They're going after it, and they don't want anything else to blow up. They want their content creators back on the WoW scene. And I see it. You could see it right there. They're mentioning it in their posts in terms of seeing the social presence online, people talking about, the TWoW situation, people going over it. They want people back in their content scene, and unfortunately, they're seeing the numbers rise up way too much at this point to do an actual suit. When you see an actual suit, that goes to show you Blizzard was aware of this. Blizzard has noticed this. The numbers, the metrics, the data was there, and they're finally putting their foot on the pedal. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Guys, come over to the Kick and Twitch later, and we're going to be on Tavern Talk with Hammer Dance at 8 p.m., 7:30 p.m., 8 p.m., around that time. We're going to go into the entire document. This shit is getting fucking real. Lock in. We're getting packed up. We're applying to a Denny's tomorrow. Much love to you.